Hi guys, this is Carolyn Fu.
And I'm Arniel Mirasol Jr.
This is our first ever sports video blog for AggieTV.
And on this edition, we're going to be talking about the AFC and NFC Championship games happening this Sunday in the NFL.
For the first game, the Broncos will be playing the Patriots. It's another classic Tom Brady, Peyton Manning showdown.
Who do you think are like the key players on the Patriots?
I think Julian Edelman is obviously a key player. I think he did really great just this whole season, and especially in their Week 12 matchup against the Broncos.
Even though Danny Amendola is the best wide receiver on that team, Julian Edelman is Tom Brady's safety blanket. Another group of players I actually think are going to be really good, like X factors for the Patriots, are their three running backs. Because you have LeGarrette Blount, who's the power running back. You have Stephen Ridley, who although he has fumbling issues, he is a good change of pace back because he has more speed than LeGarrette Blount. And then you have Shane Vereen, who's amazing in the passing game.
I mean, LeGarrette Blount and Stephen Ridley got 6 touchdowns, I think, against the Colts last week. And even though the Colts were playing really poorly, I think that's still a pretty great achievement.
But let's not forget about the amazing players on the Broncos. Like, this team, like, their offense set records this year. Julius Thomas came out of nowhere this year to be known as one of the better tight ends in the league. And no Sean Moreno. He's a definite factor because even a lot of people didn't think he was going to be the starting running back for this team in the beginning of the year. Then he came out of nowhere and had an amazing season. He's a very good pass blocker. He's also very underrated as a running back. And they also have Monty Ball, who is a very good change of pace running back.
But we also have to talk about the injuries. Right now, I think Von Miller is out with an ACL surgery. Chris Harris is also out with a torn ACL. So I think Chris Harris is a pretty good cornerback. So I think that would make a difference in their defense.
Whoever's defense makes the bigger plays at the right time will win this game.
And continuing on from that, the defense for the Patriots, I think I saw Jamie Collins play last week, and he was really good against the Colts. Who do you think is going to win?
Okay, I think this is going to be a really high-scoring game, but I think the Broncos just have so many more weapons that Peyton Manning is going to be able to do an amazing job against the Patriot defense. So I think the Broncos are going to win by a score of 35 to 28.
I agree with you that it's going to be a high-scoring and an extremely close game, but I think that the Patriots are going to win. For the next game on Sunday, the Seahawks and the Niners will be playing each other. I don't think Kaepernick or Russell Wilson, I don't think either of them are extremely strong as quarterbacks.
Colin Kaepernick, he can play well passing the ball, but he's not very consistent.
But also, Russell Wilson, not that great at passing either.
I think Russell Wilson is a very intelligent, quarterback. He doesn't have, the strongest arm, and he may not be known as the most accurate quarterback in the league. However, he is very solid, and he's very dependable. I really think if the Seahawks want to win, they have to use Marshawn Lynch a lot, because he will open up the passing game for them.
Mm-hmm. And also, Percy Harvin, wide receiver for the Seahawks, he's out. He's not cleared to play because he got a concussion last week when they played against the Saints. So Marshawn Lynch is and it's important to point out, I think, that the Niners are playing in Seattle, and it's really hard, for any team to beat the Seahawks in Seattle.
But let's be honest, that crowd in Seattle can be loud.
Loudest crowd, I think, in the league.
They're probably the best 12th man that any team can have. And the only way to beat that is having really good non-verbal communication when you're out there on offense and defense, for that matter, for the Niners.
Kaepernick he can't have any interceptions. He can't allow any turnovers, or it's going to be over. I
really think, though, that the Niners have a receiving core that can attack, the Seattle secondary, which, in my opinion, is one of the best in, the league may have ever seen.
It is actually rated as the best defense in the league right now. But the Niners have an extremely good defense, too. They're ranked third.
Yeah, they're ranked number 3 overall in the league. Vernon Davis is pretty much a wide receiver himself. He's the fastest tight end in the league, and he's big and physical. I don't think any linebacker can cover him. Who do you think is going to be a key player for the Seahawks?
Honestly, most people in their defense. There's Cliff Avril, Michael Bennett,
Chris Clemens.
In the regular season, I think they've combined for over 20 sacks altogether. And then some of their other linebackers, Bobby Wagner,
Bruce Irvin,
Malcolm Smith. Kaepernick has to watch out.
Yeah. On the offensive side, I think other than Marshawn Lynch, the guy you have to watch out for is Golden Tate. He's known as the big play guy because of his speed.
Like the Broncos-Patriots matchup, I think it's also going to be an extremely close game. but I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks for the win.
So I would say that's gonna believe the game is going to be kind of close. Like I believe the Seahawks are probably going to win, but I think like the separation won't happen until like the second half of the game when Pete Carroll makes certain adjustments so that his offense can be more effective.
Yeah. So those are our thoughts about this Sunday's game, but you guys should check in to see who actually wins. At 12 p.m. will be the Patriots and Broncos, and at 3:30 p.m. will be the 49ers and the Seahawks.
That's all we got for now. Be sure to check us out in the future for more videos.
Most likely next week.